and the podcast is back. I know finally, I've been waiting to find a decent format that I was happy with. I tried Euro Truck Simulator, I tried a few little things behind the scenes. I was like, it's just not working for me. So I tried it with Starship Troopers earlier in the week, and I was like, I quite like this format. I do have to get used to looking at the camera a little bit more. But yeah, no, I'm really excited to give this format a try. So, timer on the bottom in a second. It'll start at 15. We have 15 minutes to discuss everything, and off we go. So, timer on. 15 minutes. Go. Right, first thing we're going to talk about is the ModMic Wireless. We're also going to start each podcast with a little bit of what have I been up to this week. And this week, it's mainly been about this. I've been recording all my videos with it. I've been doing a lot of testing with it. And you know what? Great mic. It is around about £120. So what, about $130. It's, as you can hear, incredible quality. I've got rid of the horrible mic stand. Like, the mic stand would be over here, and it would come across. It would block off the bottom of my monitor. It would block off my keyboard. Like, I'd try and move my hands and knock the pop filter. If I had on the other side, I couldn't move my mouse properly. The pop filter was constantly falling off, getting knocked and bashed. None of that now. I just have that. It attaches via a magnet to any headset, so you can have a wireless headset as well. So it means you can have a really good headset with really good sound quality, turn it into a really studio quality sounding mic. As you can hear, it sounds really good. It's made by Antline Audio. You can get it off Amazon or their website or a few places. Got super low latency. So as you can see, it matches when I'm speaking. I've not had to put any sort of things in that. You can have dual mics, so you can have it on omnidirectional, just straight in front of your face. 12 hours battery life. I've been using this all week to play Grand Theft Auto 5, to record videos, and it's still going. I don't know how it's still going. I hope it doesn't like cut off during this podcast. That'd be my luck. But yeah, no, it's still going. So yeah, I'll probably have to charge after this. You get a little receiver. You plug it into your computer. It's got an extension lead if you want it. That has lights on it as well, so you can see if it's blue, all's good. If it's red, it's on mute. So you can just mute by just pressing one button and it mutes. It also has a distance of up to 100 meters if there's nothing in the way. And it is such a good mic. I highly recommend, if you're in the space of buying a mic and you've got the money, yeah, £120 is expensive, but with how much I record and use a mic, I thought it was worth it. And to get rid of all this setup that was here, it was really bugging me. And now my desk looks tidy, cleaner. I've got rid of yet another cable. I can move around while talking. It's great. So that is ModMic. That's the first thing I kind of want to talk about. Second thing was TrackHat. So what TrackHat is infrared head tracking. So basically you put a PlayStation 2 camera on top of your monitor, you look around, and if you look in the game left or right, it'll move left and right. It's really good for things like Star Citizen, Elite Dangerous, Euro Truck Simulator, DCS Flight Simulator. It's a decent product. It starts at like £40. Its competitors are like 160 or even £210. So expensive. I've been playing around with it. I'm going to play around with it a little bit more. I have something called positional vertigo, which if I move my head too quick, it makes me ill. Didn't take that into consideration when I bought this, did I? So I've got to be a little bit careful when using it, so I've got to get my sensitivity sorted. But if you're in the market for some infrared tracking, you like your simulator games, go and check it out. You can check a full review of both of them products on my channel now. They were done this week, which is why I've kind of bought them up. What else did I do on the channel this week? We also had a Star Citizen video. So Star Citizen brought out Alpha 3.12.1 and also the first look at dynamic events. So this is the new kind of like Stanton system. Let's bring up the video. We'll put on the background while we talk. Rabbit Space Industries. Yeah, so this is like a dynamic event where basically things will happen. You've got phases to do. This is the first time Star Citizen's ever done anything like this. Like, they've never even attempted. And this should mean that in the future, there's going to be more events like this happening, and we're going to see way more exciting sort of dynamic kind of events going on. And I've left the captions on so you can read, and it doesn't like so. Thank me out, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, so you go to a place, there'll be a bit of a phase play out, and the way most people thought it was going to work is it would then phase, and phase. It doesn't. Apparently only phase 1 and 2 are in this. I'm going to be playing it all afternoon. That's what I've got after this sorted, is to go and check out the Star Citizen, how it works, its phases, how this dynamic event kind of picks up. It's called Xenothreat, or Assault from Stanton. So you got these guys here, want to cause a bit of chaos, and it's the civilian defense force of the whole server. So all 50 people are called upon to go and help and protect the space station Jericho and kind of collect. The first phase is kind of call orbs. Second phase is collecting cargo. So you go there's a bunch of Starfarer wrecks. You go around, get the cargo, you drop them off at Jericho, which supplies a Javelin, which is one of the new capital ships, and Idris could spawn in to attack it. You've got waves of fighters, and you've all got to work together to protect this space station and Javelin. I think the idea is good. I like the idea of it. However, I just don't know how long it's going to last or how long it's going to be popular. I know the difficulty changes depending on how many people turn up. So if there's only 5 people turn up, it won't be as difficult. But it seems to me like you might do it once or twice, maybe 3, 4 times, and then just go, well, it's just the same thing over again. And the way they've done the phases, where for the first couple of weeks, it's just going to be phase 2. And then for the next couple of weeks, it's going to be phase 3. Then you kind of not take, the whole point was, I thought it was like you were carrying on a, like, you know, you saw it through from start to finish, and it could fail at any time, but it's not like, which is, again, Star Citizen, man. This is what you always do. You big things up, and we're like, yes, that's going to be awesome, and then you let us down. I think 2021 is going to be a great year for Star Citizen. I'm going to really up my coverage, I hope. And at least do like a weekly video on Star Citizen and what happened in the week, and break it down and make a bit of a longer talky sort of video of what's been happening. Maybe in this format, I'm unsure, but we'll kind of have a look. It's something I really want to get into more, is that what happened in Star Citizen for the week, and I can just cover loads of different things off. Get back into playing it, because I got a bit kind of, I'm not going to say I've fallen out of love with Star Citizen, but I kind of was like, yeah, I'm a bit bored of the gameplay loops now. So yeah, that was something I might want to think about doing. I'm going to get back into it today and give it a go. So I'm looking forward to that. And look, 8 minutes left. Isn't that perfect? So that went up. Also on the channel this kind of week, I've done the 2 reviews. I played a game called, let's have a look. It's called The Captain is Dead, which was a bit of an interesting one. It wasn't something I played before. It's a game based on a board game idea. So if I bring this up and then that, skip the ads in a couple of minutes, boom, and skip into it a little bit. Yes, this is an indie game that came out this week. You've got you've got 4 characters. You move around the board, so say there's dynamic random events happening. You've got cards to be swapped. You've got things happening all the time. And the point is, you just got to try and survive. It was a bit of an interesting one. I enjoyed playing it. However, I'm not very good at board games. I don't like that style of play. Never really been into board games. I enjoyed it. Will I be playing it anymore? I don't think so. I can't really see it going anywhere either. Like, I can't really see DLC coming out for it, or improvements, or things. I want to see kind of different ship layouts, or maybe even design your own ship before you start, kind of like the board game I would expect it to work. Also could be doing with just being a lot easier, because it's just really, 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 really hard. Tutorial's all right. It has a bit of a laugh, but then kind of drops you in to it, and I would like to see that improved a little bit more. The difficulty spikes can be a little bit hard. I'd like to see the UI totally updated. As you can see, it's just all over the place. On the left-hand side, I've got to remember it's the wrong way around. Left-hand side kind of over here. These are all the things that can go wrong, but if you click on them, you've got to click and hold. But then if you move your mouse when you've clicked and hold, your character then move to that area, so it could waste some action points. It's a little bit badly designed. I would like to see that a little bit better. But yeah, that is The Captain is Dead. Played that, very interesting. I also played Dyson Sphere as well. So Dyson Sphere program, which is, there's a reason why I'm talking about this. It's kind of like Factorio mixed with Satisfactory, so you can see it's like a 3D Factorio, set in space, and a Dyson Sphere is basically something that people talk about in books. I've seen it, and it's sort of a theory that generations and aliens, what they would do is kind of build a sphere around the sun to harness this energy, because then you would get all the energy from it, and you just power everything rather than having like fossil fuels and stuff. It's an interesting concept. So yes, it's a game made by a Chinese developer, early access, but it's really, really good. I would highly recommend checking it out if you get the chance. It's about 15 quid or something like that. It's not particularly expensive. So yes, moving on, and why I want to talk about Factorio there was, bring all the web pages across. Moving on to sort of gaming news and things I want to talk about in the gaming sphere, as we talk about spheres, is Factorio developer begins work on a big expansion pack. Now, Factorio is a great game. If you've got OCD and you like sorting things out, Factorio's the game for you. Basically, you get resources out the ground, then you have to work out how to make them more automated. Then you might have to build parts, but then you need to feed the parts into other machines. So you have to figure out how them parts are going to get into other machines. And oh my God, it can go on forever. Some of the designs people come up with is unreal. And the whole point is you need to get into space. There's bugs that'll attack you. So you got guns, but you got to get the ammo to the guns. So you got to build conveyor belts. You got to make the weapons. You got to make the ammo. Oh, it's ridiculous. So yeah, basically developers have started work on it. It'll take less than a year, so hopefully we'll see it before the end of 2021. And they want some DLC. There's never really been DLC for it. It's kind of just always been in development. It finally hit version 1 last year. I mean, 2.5 million copies sold. There you go, 8 years it's been in development, which is just crazy. If you've never heard of Factorio, I really recommend you picking it up. It is such a good game. Lots of mods. Lots of interesting stuff going on there. Next, I want to talk about Google Stadia. Google Stadia is the stream platform, and they've basically just said today that they're not going to develop any like first-party games for it, which is one of the things they're really talking about. Google Stadia is a load of shit. It's crap. It failed miserably, and Google have done terrible. For those who don't know, it's a streaming service. Basically, I can pick up my mobile phone and play Red Dead Redemption 2 on here, or Destiny, or whatever. That's how it kind of works. But the thing they got majorly wrong is the fact you have to pay for the thing itself, which is like, it was $100 or something. Then, if you want to go to a pro membership, which like gives you more benefits, it's $10 a month. And then on top of that, you got to pay for the games. So you don't even own these games. If you bought, like, say, all 20 games that are on Stadia, say for, what, $50 each, so we'll say $1,000, £1,000, and then Google Stadia go, actually, we don't really fancy doing this anymore. You've lost all them games. You don't have access to any of them. So, and for something like Google, they close a lot of things down. So yeah, they've now done that. I think that's a shitty move. They brought a lot of developers over, and now all the developers are out of a job. So yeah, that's Google Stadia. Boo to you, boo, I say. And finally, we're going to talk about Rust. So Rust has brought a new softcore mode out. So this is a brand new game mode that came out this week. And it's to make that Rust experience a little bit better for new players, because, oh my God, the learning curve is like whoosh, like that. It's ridiculous. And I think this will just really help with kind of that new player experience. And also they've got so many new players coming in that you don't want to make your game too hard, but you want to give people that choice to go, right, I want to be in softcore so I can kind of, maybe experience the game a bit better, or people who do want to play it as normal. So basically it gives you new spawning areas, so you can spawn in bandit camps and safe zones rather than on the beach and get killed instantly. You can reclaim up to half your stuff when you're killed. So when you die, you're not going to lose all your stuff, and people who try and loot you won't get it all either. So yeah, you can go to them places and get them back. They've also added drone transport as well. So if you're trading with someone, rather than meeting up and risking getting killed, a drone delivers your stuff, which again is perfect. Team sizes have been reduced to 4 and authorization limits to 4 as well, which means you're not going to get massive groups of people marauding around, killing everyone in its in the server, so to say. So I think that sounds really good. At the moment, there is only about 10 servers with softcore, well, official servers running with it at the moment. However, You can run your own server, and guess what's happened on my channel this week? Yep, self-advertising. There's a video on how to do that. And then you could change that game mode to softcore and just play on your own. I mean, not that you need to play on softcore when you play on your own anyway. But yeah, I've been playing around with Rust servers and single player, and I really wanted to learn how to play the game. So I learned how servers worked, how to get them up and running, mods I might want installed. And it just means I can learn how to play this game without the fear of getting killed constantly. I'm not a PvP player, not really into that. It's one of the things I dislike about Escape from Tarkov so much. I wish there was an offline mode. Well, there is, but we're not going to talk about that because it's not right. And timer is up. Stop talking. Well, might as well make that a bit smaller so you can actually read it. I thought it'd be funny to have a lot of things in stop talking. So that is it. That is 15 minutes with 15-Minute Gamer. Hope you enjoyed the first ever podcast like this. Let me know in the comments below if you enjoyed it, if you didn't. Sorry, there was a few edits in there. There was a few issues, technical problems as I went through. Hopefully that'll improve as I get more and more used to using this new format. Remember, if you liked the video, give it a like. Give it a subscribe if you haven't already. Drop a comment below if you want to comment about anything I've talked about today. And thank you very much for joining in. And I'll see you on next week. Goodbye.